Okay, it's time to take a seat and watch the next episode of MG Rebuild. Okay, welcome back to MG Rebuild. If you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel. It certainly does help keep things moving along. Like I said in the intro, sort of, I'm working on the seat bases. As you can see, the original seat bases in my MG are in pretty bad shape. I actually have pulled them apart, but they're all manky, they're separated, they're split. They're no good. Simple as that. And the thing is, I actually had two different types. I had ones with slots, the other ones with holes, so I'm not sure what the go is there. So I've pulled it all apart and I made some templates out of it. Now there were some templates online, but they just didn't quite match up to what I wanted, so I made my own. Now, as you can see, I've got some nice thick cardboard. That's the actual seat base. That one there is for the supports, and naturally the one that goes on the top there. So out of that, I've made the base. We'll start off anyway. Now on the back of it, or the inside of it, I've put in some metal fly screen or some screen door mesh just to keep the rodents out so they don't come up through, eat all your foam and wreck your seat. I've also put in some captive nuts as well for the seat runners, and I've pre-drilled for the actual framework to go around there, which is this here. Now I've made a slight addition to it. I'm putting in some extra bracing to go in the middle there, just to make sure my big fat bum doesn't actually push through it. And then of course that will sit on top like that, and it's also curved, so so after all that, one I prepared earlier. Now as you can see, I've got a lot of nails in there for the simple reason because of the curvature up there. And I found the best way is to nail it all down, clamp this down and put a heat gun over that section there, just to help soften the glue within the actual plywood itself. And once that cools down by itself, the actual curvature will remain. So as you can see there, it curved up quite nicely. Yeah, a little bit of a crack there. And the only thing is, I'm trying to work out, this has got a bit of an overhang at the moment, whether that overhang should actually exist or not. On the old seat, it had a piece of foam or some sort of foam around the base there. But I'm thinking this here, even though this is the same, this is off the template, that might actually cause an issue once the cover goes on, because the foam will sit on top of that, but that might actually be up under your leg. So we'll have a look. Okay, so I've decided to leave that overhang as it was. I've put on some padding to go around there, as per what was on the original one. Now, I've got a brand new seat kit here from Moss, along with some foam. In the kit, now it's obviously the back of the seat and the base. In the kit, it's actually 2 rolls of vinyl, but I've got no idea what it's for. There's no instructions. Well, the instructions are there, but it doesn't say anything about these 2 pieces. So if anyone knows, has used one of these kits and knows what they're used for, please let me know. That'd be great. I don't know whether it's supposed to go around the front of this or not, so it might actually fit. No, it doesn't really fit. So I don't know. Let me know if you got an idea what that's for. So anyway, Now for the fun part. Now, as you would all know, the actual base of the seats is not square as such. It's sort of angled off a bit. So just make sure you've got it the right way around. Whichever way fits the best. I think that these are actually the same. But the seat covers themselves, you can see it's wider here and becomes narrow there. Rightio, so the actual seat cover I did have was for the other side. That was the... Sorry, there's some hooligans with their trail bikes going around the nature reserve I live next to. So anyway, that's the front of the seat, this is the back. The actual right hand side, the wider part is, well, on both of them, the wider part is always at the back next to the door. So let's make sure we've got this around the right way. Like that. So most likely find the easiest way is to stuff the turkey. Hopefully. This is my first attempt at any type of upholstery. I think you can tell by that, by how I'm doing it. Okay. Okay. Ta-da! Finished. I have a fair bit of pressure on it to get it down. That's got quite a bit of pressure on it. Maybe not the best bench to be using it on. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, that's coming along all right. What do you reckon, Ray?
Yeah.
It does seem a little bit loose on that side.
So,
Perhaps
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, as you can see, I did a little bit of work off camera. Well, actually, I fitted them. It took all of about 5 minutes. It was a pretty easy and straightforward, simple process, as long as you sort of pull down on it to pull it up. I may have gone perhaps a little bit crazy with all the staples, but these are only 10mm staples, so I just wanted to make sure that wasn't going to pull free or anything like that. The actual results are pretty good. Happy with the way it's turned out. The corners are coming up well. Now this part here is a vinyl inset, and then it turns the leather around this side. So it's got a little bit of puckering there on the front leading edge. I could possibly get that out, but with leather it's just a little bit harder, or I find it is anyway. I could possibly pull the staples out and give it another go. I might do that later on. Not so bad on that corner there. But on top, there's the finished product. That will obviously settle down once it's actually been in the car seat, in the car and been sat on. But overall, that's come up pretty damn well. I'm very happy with the results. Now, I've still got to do a few things here to the base of this. I've got to cut that little piece out there to put in the hinge, which I'll do that right now. Okay, so that captive nut is now exposed. Let's see, bracket to go on there. Get some screws. Now, just got to make sure I get this the right way around. So the adjuster goes on this side. Now, I'm missing a spring. Well, once I'm missing it, it fell apart. It basically, when I was using the rust kill, what do you want to call it? Evapor rust. It dissolved the spring to the point where the actual hook of it fell apart. So it must have been fairly rusty. So, got to get some new springs for that. Stop and think. No, I've actually got this on the wrong side. I've got it on the... This is the passenger side one. Well. Okay, as you can see, the actual little rail goes to the outside of the seat, not the inside, which gives us a little bit more. This is actually up against the leather before, so gives a good clearance now. Now you might be wondering why I've got these little special little washers on there. They're a countersunk washer. The screws I got for this thing, the heads are too small. They go right through the actual holes in the rail. So I had to come up with something to work. Now the actual screws are stainless, so they won't rust. Hopefully, anyway. If they do, they're in a lot of trouble. Now, you could cover your timber with a varnish if you wanted to, just to give it a little bit more life. Now, I don't plan for the car to get wet, or if it does, it won't get wet inside anyway, so I'm not too worried about this. Okay, track's in. Just got to put my spring on when I get that. The little hinge is on the back, and that's for the where the back of the seat attaches to it. So there we go. First attempt at upholstery. Okay, so as you can see, the first of the seat bases is now done. I won't bother recording the next one, the passenger side, or in America, driver side. And it's got the compressor running at the moment. I'm not going to do the back of the seat myself. The spring carcass is in pretty poor condition. There's about 4 or 5 springs that actually have snapped in half and have got to be replaced. So I've been to an upholstery place and they're actually going to do it all for me and then pad it out with a bit of foam in a few places that were down the sides. That's all busted up as well. The other option is to buy a new one of those, but they're several $100s and the budget doesn't allow for that. So the upholstery place can do it for about $300, $400. That's fully covered and everything, so I'm just going to go down that track. I still need to create a new backboard for it. My current backboard is in just as bad a shape as the seat base was, so that's not usable, but I will be making a template off from it, thankfully, so it is still usable for that. So anyway, like I said earlier, if you like what you see in these videos, please subscribe. We're getting closer to 1,000 subscribers every day now, so that's great. If you have any comments, especially in regards to my question earlier. What the hell was that question? Oh yes, sorry. Those 2 strips of vinyl, what they're used for. I'm hoping it's not used for what I've just done, because I've got to pull it all apart again. It possibly is. It might be some sort of wear patch or something. I don't know. So anyway, let me know. See if you know what it is. Let me know, and I can work it out from there. So anyway, until next time, I'll see you later.